Welcome to Oldie But Goodie, where our mission is simple: to interview the elderly, preserve their priceless memories, and ensure their stories are never forgotten. Sitting here with me today is
Mary.
Mary. And thank you for joining us, Mary. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you.
And Mary, where were you born?
I was born in Sioux Center, Iowa.
Sioux Center, Iowa. Wow. That's pretty
Northwest Iowa.
northwest Iowa, right next to Omaha?
No, it would have been north of Sioux City, Iowa.
Sioux City, Iowa. Were there Indians up there in Sioux City? Right? No? Yeah.
I'm sure at
Back
one
in the
time.
yeah,
Yes,
Sioux City,
yeah,
Iowa.
yeah.
Huh. And how old are you? If you don't
I am
mind
80,
me asking.
I'm 84.
84. Fantastic. And the year you were born?
1942.
1942. That is fantastic. So the war didn't affect you in any
No,
way, right?
it didn't.
Nothing.
No, I do not remember anything
Right. Nothing.
about that.
Yeah.
No,
that
no.
wouldn't have. Yeah. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have one brother and two sisters.
Brother, two sisters. You all grew up to same households and
yes,
everything,
yes.
fighting and doing the natural childhood stuff. And,
Yeah.
And playing in Sioux City,
It was Sioux Center,
Sioux Center,
Iowa.
and your parents built your home, or did you buy the home? Do you know?
My dad bought a farm in 1946.
Wow. 1940. Any acreage or anything?
There was
was a farm?
160 acres.
160 acres. Did you farm? Did you help with the farm?
yeah,
And everything?
yeah.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Growing up and everything.
Yes,
Wow, check that out.
And a little history would be that we still thrashed, which means we would have oats, and then they would have a big thrash machine. Now they have combines.
Oh.
So we would
yeah,
gather.
yeah.
We would have one person that probably owned the machine, and then we would have probably 6 different places that we would go and harvest the oats, and then we would all help each other.
Huh. Who knew? Wow, check that out.
And then as one of my jobs was to drive the tractor in front of the bundle wagon.
How old were you driving the tractor on the farm?
Yeah, we were probably about 10.
Wow, check it out.
And then my brother would be pitching the bundles.
Right in the back of the.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
after I did the driving of the tractor, then I tended the blower. And what that meant is there was straw after you thrashed the oats. And so we would have a guy stacking the straw, and so I would point the blower away from him so that he'd get a pile so he could stack, and then we'd switch over to the other side. So that's the thrash machine
At 10
story.
years old doing that. Or probably even younger. You're running the show at 10, so you're learning even younger because you drive. You know what I mean? You're not just jumping up there the first time at 10. You're actually doing it at 10. So you've been doing it since you were like 6 or something. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But pretty
Wow.
well that was, it would be 10 to 12 years old is when I was doing that.
Right. And how big of a place? How big of a house was it? If everybody had your own bedrooms. You're all
Okay,
separate.
no, my brother had a bedroom, my older sister had a bedroom, and then I shared a bedroom with my younger sister.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. And what did y'all eat on the farm? I mean,
It was, we had a garden, and so that provided all the vegetables. And then because my dad fed cattle and hogs, and we had chickens. And
you're eating good, Dad. Yeah.
So then we
you're eating good.
So then we were blessed to have, beef, and they butchered the hogs.
Yep.
And we had eggs from the chickens,
Yeah.
and we would usually have 300 chickens. So then we would get 100 roosters also. So that
You
would
say that just naturally, like 300 chickens, huh? 300.
and so then when we would have the roosters were butchered, so that was meat,
Oh,
and
right.
along with our pork and beef, and so pretty well self-sufficient
Yeah.
with vegetables,
Yeah.
the
Meat.
meat, and my mother was a great cook.
Yeah, well, what else is there, right? I mean, you
Yeah,
got
so
the
it
roof
went
over
well.
your head and the
Yeah.
food and
Yeah, so I will admit, I did not see hard times
oh, good. Well, that's good. Hey,
compared to when I hear about other people.
sure. Yeah, but that's not, hey, I don't want to.
I was really blessed.
Yes. No, hey, I want no one to go through hard times. You
know.
know what I mean? So yeah, that's nothing to be.
And then I did not start school. We would go when we were 6 years old, no kindergarten.
Right.
And I didn't see any country schools. My brother and sister went to a country school, but when I started school, we went to town, so they had a bus that picked us up.
Oh, okay. Already. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this would have been what, 19?
Let me see. That would have been. I would have started school when I was 19 in 1948.
Wow,
Had
1948.
buses already. Wow.
Yeah, that took us to school.
That's cool.
Yeah. You could see them old buses with the that the
Yeah.
people got on back then. Yeah, I could
yeah.
picture kind of in my head with those, but those. Yeah. That would have been. And by yourself, or did you?
See, then my brother and sister were going already.
Yeah.
But then they started that town school then too. In 1948. Yeah.
Nice.
So I went totally all because we didn't have to move. We owned the farm. So then I went all of my years in this town except the last years. And then in those days they consolidated schools. And so my senior year, then I went to a town near us, Morris, Orange City, and so that would take me right up to when I went to nurses training.
Gotcha. Which was right after you graduated from high school.
Yeah, but is there anything in between you went needed or
Right.
not?
No. I mean, was there ever did you ever break any bones or anything growing up, or any kind of cuts or anything? Maybe something.
Yeah, I can remember. I broke my wrist playing probably ball. Yeah. And yeah. So
Baseball, softball,
softball. Yeah, softball.
Uh-huh.
And I really was outside a lot because my brother and I played sports. So,
Yeah,
so
right.
a lot of
Yeah.
throwing of softball, and I did play softball for the town team, but in those days, our school did not allow girls to play like basketball. That's a little history.
Sure.
And I mean,
Yeah. I mean, well, it's broke through now. You know what I mean? But it started. Yeah.
Because there was no equal rights then yet with sports.
Right. Everything had to break through.
Yeah, it had a breakthrough, and it hadn't broken through yet.
Nope,
but
nope.
no.
Yeah. But wow, you experienced that. That's a neat thing that people don't often think about.
Yeah.
That you wasn't even allowed to play in sports like everyone else.
I
you
would
know,
have loved to have played basketball.
Right. Wow. Look at that.
Yeah. So.
No
But
girls allowed.
in the summer, we did get to do the softball. Though we'd had a softball team.
And that's you broke your wrist hitting it, or it hit you, or running. How did?
It was. I think it was. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that.
Sure. But either way,
Yeah,
broken.
it was broken, yeah,
No
yeah.
cuts or anything. No stitches. Nothing.
Well, then I'll explain how. I'm thinking about. Okay, so right after I graduated from high school, then I was supposed to work, which you always worked on a farm.
Yeah.
But then you thought you should go and do something else. Like, so I'll put in there that I tried out to be a waitress, but it wasn't my cup of tea.
No.
And so I told my mom and dad, I will paint all your buildings, outdoor buildings, and the house, and that would be my summer job.
Oh, okay.
And so-
that seems fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so everything, on a farm was red, all the buildings, but then the house was white.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
So Dad and Mom get a bunch of paint, and that's what they allowed me to do. And when I would get by a higher with the ladder, Dad would put a ladder in the wagon and just let me go at it.
Right.
And so luckily I didn't.
Fall or
Well,
anything? Or,
I did everything good until it came to the house. And when you wondered about any accidents,
Right.
okay, so I'm putting a ladder by the house and on cement, not too smart, and you'd put your bucket on the ladder with the paint, and that's when all of a sudden the ladder slipped, clink, 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 all the way down to, and that's when I cut my chin.
Ooh.
Then, okay, so then I needed to go to the hospital, and the nurses then said they weren't worried about this, but they wondered, hey, Mary, did you get it in your ear? And I didn't.
Huh.
So anyway, then I had stitches on my chin.
Right. But they were worried about getting it in your ear.
Yeah.
and-
So that is an interesting
Yeah.
story, isn't
No,
it?
right. And
Yeah.
and the bucket hit your chin.
No,
or
no, no,
or the
I don't
ladder
know for
itself?
sure
or
what.
Yeah, something. But
Yeah, but there was paint all over the place. So anyway,
almost
that-
like a movie, kind of. The ladder and the paint bucket, and it falls down,
Yeah,
and there's
yeah,
paint
yeah.
everywhere and whatnot.
So that was my summer.
Yeah,
That was my summer,
That-
and
that
so
took
I
the
went
whole
to
summer.
school with a big old. No, it was on my head. This was another story.
Well, so many. I don't remember.
So that was no. So I had a gash when I went to nurse. So then we go on to nurses training. Okay, so then you can say I went to Sioux City, Iowa,
Yeah.
and I had to apply for that, and it was Oh, and okay, so I went into nurses training. In those days, they wanted the money pretty well right now.
For the
that's
training. Yes.
So
Yeah, for the school.
For the school.
Right.
And so what we had to lay down is for this whole it was a 3-year program, so diploma program, and I went to school for $1,400.
$1,400.
And that included, we had to have student uniforms.
Oh wow.
So that would have been that could have easily whacked out $300.
Absolutely.
And that out of that, so then now we're down to $1,100 for my education.
Right. Wow.
But they got quite we went to Morningside to a college to get our, like our science and chemistry.
Sure.
Yeah. And then we took classes at the hospital. And
You did that right out of high school.
Right out of high school, yeah.
Were you particularly fond of school in
Oh, yeah.
general?
Oh, yeah.
You liked school.
Yeah,
I mean,
and-
going and learning, everything. Yeah.
And,
What was your?
and it was expected of, I'll say my sister went to college. So that's number one. Okay, and so Jim, my brother, didn't want to farm, so he got his college. So it was sort of like an automatic that Mary's going to go to college
yes.
also.
Yes.
And I was wanting to be a teacher, I thought, but then I went to visit my friend up at nurses training, and that totally swayed me.
Oh, it did. Oh wow, you just got a feeling. Just
Yeah, so I went from, because it was very normal for, it was not too many choices in those days. And there was teaching,
yeah.
nursing, ladies, some became secretaries and some became beauticians. There wasn't the whole
True. the
choices that,
right. Yeah. True.
because now girls can
Anything. Yeah.
do anything.
Right. Right. You're right. Though. See, once again, you just don't think of those things. You know, you think of nowadays where everything's
Yeah,
just,
it's
but
really
it
hard
had
for
to-
kids to choose now.
It is. Yeah. they
because
have
there's so many
many
choices.
choices. Right now, they're lost with too many choices.
Yeah,
It's a you kind of better careful what you wish for.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now, before you didn't have choices, we want choices, and now there's so many choices
So
that
many
you
choices.
you don't know what to do. You're overwhelmed.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So, but and
And so I went to 3 years of school,
Mm-hmm.
and then I graduated 1963
wow.
with my, and we had to take a special, I was a graduate nurse then, and then you had to take a boards, and then you became a RN, registered nurse.
Right.
Yeah.
And you were a registered nurse.
Yeah, registered nurse.
Yeah. For 28 years.
Well,
Altogether, 29 years.
no,
Oh.
altogether, I would have been a nurse from 1963 to 2004. So, but my biggest,
world?
well, we'll say, okay, so then right out of nurses training, I got married.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so that began, so I worked a year at my hometown because my husband was going to college. So I worked a year, and then, keep me going?
Yeah. Or we can, well, what we'll do is we will,
Because I smell pizza, don't you?
we will continue with Mary, and we'll just take a little break.
Yeah.